That's the secret.
Right. Are you ready to address the elephant in the room?
Yeah.
So on Sunday, you did a HYROX with how many days' notice?
2 days notice.
2 days' notice. And prior to your HYROX, how much specific hybrid HYROX training would you say we were doing?
Well, we were trying to get a ticket from 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
We're actively trying to get a ticket. It just happened to be that 3 days out we found out. So like we did a couple gym sessions. I've always done a bit of rowing. So we understood those movement patterns. Did one set of burpee broads, but didn't understand all the lines and the rules, and then didn't lunge. We did some wall balls in one of them sessions.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously coming over from professional triathlete to HYROX, what would you say the biggest difference was in the two sports and the training?
The training I don't really know because I haven't done any HYROX training. But already having ideas how we can implement learnings from triathlon into HYROX in the future, i.e. specificity. I don't think anyone's doing 8x1s at the track with strength work in between, which I think would be a great HYROX session on your rest, doing stuff, doing burpee broads at the up and down the 100, doing walking lunges, all that sort of thing in between reps. Biggest crossover, I think, obviously, like the running carries over. The total running duration of our 55-minute HYROX was like 29 minutes. So over half you're running. And then I think your ability to recover and get comfy at like that 3 minute something okay, which you need in 70.3 half marathon running, really carries over to HYROX because your lungs coming out of your chest, and then if you can set into 340s and run comfortably, then you set yourself up for the farmer's carries to come or whatever. I was treating the run like a recovery, whereas Hoffman was using periods in the exercise to recover.
Yeah. Is there a reason that you went away from triathlons and decided to do a HYROX on short notice?
I think we made a bit of an educated decision early this year to just dial the tries back, purely because we were going at an unsustainable rate. You can't be a director of a company, be a firefighter, be a triathlete, be a good family man, look after the house, walk the dogs, do the shopping. Like, there's just way too much in the week there.
Yeah.
Professional triathlon, as it's in its own right, deserves full-time attendance. The guys I'm racing don't have full-time jobs, and I think, you could throw one or two more things in there and be really efficient with your time, not drink alcohol, get up early, and you could make it work. But when you start throwing too many things in there, you go at a rate that's not sustainable, and no one's invincible. Why go till you burn out? I think we've done that too many times in the past, so I was like, let's go at a rate that's sustainable, so everything's good.
And I think in your pre-HYROX you just registered, you said that it excites you. What is it about switching from triathlon, not switching, but doing this HYROX on such short notice, away from what you normally do, that excites you?
I think the exciting part in more mid to long term is the format of it excites me. The day-to-day routine required for HYROX excites me. It's a healthy amount of exercise. 2, it's running, which I love, and 3, it's lifting weights, which that's a whole nother argument. I think that's amazing for you, feeling, hormones, everything.
Yeah.
But I think the actual initial going there was exciting because it was all contained to the one area. It's a spectator-friendly sport. There was a hype going on in there. The music was loud. It's essentially imagine an athletics meet. But everyone's in the inside doing an exercise, and they've got to get back on the outside and run around it.
I was going to ask this, but it just occurred to me. When you're in those triathlons, those endurance sports, where you have those turmoil thoughts and you're getting negative in your head. Was there any of those points during the Hyrox, or did it all just the excitement carry through the whole thing?
The excitement carried through most of it. There was a point where Hoff did the first 400 on the rower, I did the last 600, and then we were out the gate. So he was fresh, and it was like, we probably ran 340. And I was like, holy dooly. Like, you're doing an all-out effort and then trying to run. And I was a little bit of like, oh, fuck, I've got to hang on here because we're like weaving in between people. But not like to the point where I thought I'm going to vomit, collapse. Like, you're not getting too negative.
Yeah.
It's just 60 minutes of just balls to the wall.
Because triathlon is such a solo sport sometimes out there on the course.
Oh, hell yeah.
What did you struggle with the most during the actual event? Which we should have thought about beforehand.
Technicalities and rules. It's infectious, but
yeah.
Like, it's definitely from 2017 when it started. I get the hype now. I understand it. You're sprinting around doing a 1K effort with a whole crowd. Everything's hyped up. You got spectators lining the gates in the middle. You're running through a crowd, and then like you're working in a team. That was the funnest thing, like, which I haven't had in 4 or 5 years, was like
somebody with you.
Was working in a team with Hoff.
Yeah.
Like, communicating, working together. That's why I'm so keen to do it with you. We'll get to work together as a team, both in training and then the event, which is like, man, give me that over a lonely 6-hour ride in the mountains any day.
Yeah.
There's a time and a place for that, but I just can't fill my week with 25 hours of solo volume.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just being smart. We've all burnt out. Everyone's burnt out.
Yes.
Everyone's just, slowly burning out, over caffeinate. It's like, we've just been there before. Smashed hormones. You get to a point where then you don't have any motivation to do anything.
Yeah. And let's go into some Maplemovement. How many sup fuels did you have before? Or you had before and
For the
during?
Hyrox?
Yeah.
I did a run club in the morning. Yeah, so I would have had 150 grams of OJ, 60 grams of sap fuel. Then I banged one right before with a sachet of salt and some water. And then I had one while Hoff was on the rower. Again, it's a 60-minute event.
Yeah, you wouldn't need too many, but you definitely need something in between.
I think one can't help, yeah.
Oh, what's your next adventure?
Hobart Mara with you.
I'm doing the half. You're doing the Hobart Mara. Any goals?
Just maybe like podium would be pretty cool. Winner last year went 2:30 on it's a hilly course, so that's insane. The second went 2:44, and third went 2:47. So if you get in that 2:40 range, or even if I could get under 2:40 there, which is a little bit ambitious, but I think I could do it.
I don't think it's ambitious. I think you'd do that off the bike.
Yeah, maybe not on a flat course.
On a flat course, I think Cairns this year you would have done 2:40 off the bike.
Yeah.
So I think if you do that fresh with a hilly course,
I think it's actually within reason. Yeah, you're right.
2:40. And then Hyrox. Next one.
As soon as Sydney tickets come out, bang.
Yeah, so a doubles and a solo.
Solo and a doubles, yeah.
So what will be your training roughly going into a pro solo?
The focus is obviously the business at the moment, so just whatever.
Yeah.
Run every day like we do, and then just like, if I could get a couple gym sessions in a week, done.
Do you think that was enough, Jim? Like just us going to Believe?
Oh, yeah. I just need to do
it
it for longer. If I did 3 a week,
3 a week.
A bit more erg stuff, work on the burpee broads and lunges, like so my quads actually can do it.
Yeah.
Farmer's carry, like what? You just pick the thing up and go.
Did you run or walk?
No, I thought you had to walk because I thought that was a rule. But I think you can sort of run.
You can sort of like old lady shuffle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that is like a perk to it, is that you can still mix in the other things, have a big day of Maple the day before, and then go and just do this race? Like,
fully.
That's definitely a perk.
Both in my weekly routine, it fits right in.
Yeah.
One sport, bit of gym here and there. And yeah, absolutely. There's no pressure. There's no...
Because the thing with tries is like we had to make it our whole life almost. And...
everything. Packing bags, recovery, seeing family. Like the whole routine relies on those weekly volume numbers, ticking them off. Like,
yeah. And your whole life was like consumed by it because you would so often have to be like, I can't, like, I've got to go for a bike ride tomorrow, or I've got this and this, and like it was always on your mind.
Yeah, and I felt guilty. Like I'm just not that sort of. It's hard to be. Like I could manage to be selfish when it was just me before I met you, and then I think being selfish with you in the picture, and then like that had a time limit, and then being selfish with you in the picture and being back home with all my family around, like, and then obviously being selfish and not being able to give time to the business and having to shuffle more onto your and Mitch's plate. I was just like, that's it.
Yeah.
I wasn't enjoying it. And
Yeah.
the dog just farted.
Oh, Frederick.
Hoffman's a legend. I just met
Oh,
like
yeah.
I just met like a long-term mate, I think.
Oh, bless him.
He's a good lad. He's a proper good lad. And he had a mad crew there.
Gotta get ready. It's lollipop lady time. Thanks, everyone.
Godspeed.